Is that Daddy? What's that? What's he doing?
Nah. What's going on, guys? So, we out here. It's Wednesday. I've decided, and I know, like, I bat these ideas back and forth and everything else. I've decided, though, that I'm going to go back to being ahead of day on my videos. I haven't been satisfied with my quality of videos since I've started doing current, because I haven't been able to put like the touches on my editing that I like to put. I don't get to do my intros and outros and all that stuff that I like doing. I've turned my YouTube into a job almost for the past like month, and I'm trying to draw it back because I don't want it to be a job. I want it to be fun. I want to motivate you guys. I want to be there for you. I want to, be inspirational. I want to motivate. I want to talk crap. And I want to sort things out in my head on camera. And I don't want this to become like a professional scenario, right? So, with that being said, I'm going to talk about being too serious about yourself. So often we take everything so seriously, and there's a reason why. Like, our parents taught us urgency, at least for the most part, I hope. Some parents might not have, I don't know. But you have to have a sense of urgency in things that you do. And to have a sense of urgency, you have to have a understanding that things are not fun and games always. You know what I mean? Like, you have that whole work hard, play hard mentality. You gotta like take your work super seriously. You gotta do what you gotta do to be serious about the things you need to be serious about. But I think a lot of problems are coming up with the fact that we're taking ourselves too seriously. We're all too often being too critical, too serious about everything, right? Down to our social media posts. And like, I don't want to get into the social media rant. I might say that for another video. But we take ourselves too seriously. Too often we find ourselves in a place where what we started for fun, or what we started as an adventure, we've decided that we were going to take and run with it and make it a really serious thing. And it's not healthy, because your hobbies are supposed to be your hobbies. The things you do that you legitimately enjoy should be things that you just do because you enjoy them. Your hobbies, your passions, those things should never become like work to you. And I feel like too much of the time we get into these things and we take them way too seriously. So I'm just saying, like, we need to dial back the seriousness on the things that we do to make ourselves happy. Now I'm saying go hard at work, take that seriously, take your career seriously, take the things that you need to take seriously. I'm not saying like stop being serious about life. I'm saying stop being so like, these people get on social media, for instance, alright, Facebook. Nobody cares. Can I just say that? Nobody cares about what you got to say on Facebook. Because you have an opinion, and your opinion is no different than any other one person's opinion. It's taken with a grain of salt, and you're going to get your reactions, and then you're going to get forgot about. Like, your opinion's going to get forgot about. Because the goal is not to absorb other people on social media. I mean, same with this YouTube channel, right? These things are my opinions. These videos I put out are my opinion, my voice, my perception of life and circumstance and whatnot. And you can either agree with it or disagree with it and dismiss me just as quickly. I mean, that's life. That's the way that works. We all have our own junk. We all have our own things that we're dealing with. And so when you get these people that get on, social medias and try to take things to the extreme, nobody cares. Because Facebook was not meant to be a serious thing. YouTube is not meant to be a serious thing. YouTube is supposed to be for entertainment value. YouTube is supposed to be about fun and about having fun. But it's not to be taken like it's, CNN. Your Facebook is not intended to be like it's coming from the New York Times. You can't get that way in life. If you do, you'll find yourself draining the fun out of the things you did for fun. I wanted to touch on this subject. I know I brought it up in yesterday's video, so I wanted to get into this real quick too. So we talked about timelines, right? We talked about timelines and how we wanted to start making adjustments on timelines when you see the timelines not fitting. I gave the example of like losing weight. You want to lose X amount of pounds in certain time frame. But if you see that you're working as hard as you can and that weight's just not coming off that quickly, you might have to adjust your timeline. And I said the same thing about your career. If you're giving 110 and you're working as hard as you can, there's not a whole lot you can do if your career's not advancing in the direction you want it to. Now, I'm going to say this because I've been in this spot. I've worked very, very hard for a company. I put in 110% effort in everything I did. I went above and beyond in ways that I was even criticized for going above and beyond and being told, you're not paid to do that, that's not, you're not being compensated, I think is the technical term they threw at me, to do this planning or to write this down or to plan these out and yada, yada, yada. I did those things. I went above and beyond and everything else, and I didn't get near as far in that company as I wanted to. And the reason why, it's not me. It wasn't me. I worked very hard. I did my best. You could tell when you're working your hardest because people attach your name to that work. So, like when people recognize, oh, well, Doug must have done this, or so-and-so must have done this, or, whoever must have done this because it was done, and it's good. And, when they give that kind of stamp on your name with your work and associate it like that, that means you're working hard. You're doing your best. You are giving it your all. Some companies, though, doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. You can give it 110. You can give it 120. Hell, you can even go to 150. Pardon my French. But there are just certain things that are broken inside those companies that you can't fix with your hard work. And I'm not one to say quit because I hated it. I hated walking away from that company, and the only reason why I hated walking away from it was not for the fact of, don't get me wrong, I miss the people, I miss my friends, I miss, the job even, because I liked the job. I loved my job. But you have to walk away, because if it's not growing you, it's not good for you. It's just the way it is. If you're not growing, then it's not good. And those kind of companies, when you find yourself in those ruts, you got to walk away, because it's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for anybody. Because what will happen is you will slowly begin to turn against it. You will slowly find yourself, regretting going into it. And it'll be harder and harder for you to go in and give it your 110. Because if you go in there with the 110% attitude and you're not getting the satisfaction out of it, it's going to hinder you giving that 110. So I'm not saying quit. I'm not saying be a quitter, because that's not who I am. I don't quit anything. I don't. But you got to know when to walk away. There's a big difference between quitting and walking away. Because when you quit, it's like, I'm over this. No, I'm done. Whatever. And you kind of throw your hands in the air and you're like, and you're upset and you're mean. You carry an attitude with you about it. When you walk away, it's like, look, I gave it my best. It's not panning out. I got to move on. And sometimes, man, that's the healthiest choice you can make. And I'm not just talking professionally. I'm talking relationships. I'm talking all the way around the board. Like, if it's not growing you, get out of it. Plain and simple. Because we have this one life, right? One of my pastors, that was complicated to say, broke eternity down, right? And I forget exact numbers and exact math on how he did this, but he broke eternity down, and he was like, if you put numbers to eternity, right? And he had this formula and everything else that he drew out. If you put it out in numbers, we are on this plane of life. We are in this stage of life on planet Earth. 0.63 of our existence. 0.63. That's intense. So you've got 0.63 to work with here. 0.63 to achieve your goals, 0.63 to get where you want to go, 0.63 to grow, to do God's will, to get where you need to go, to accomplish the things you are meant to accomplish, to live the dreams, and to leave a legacy, and all of those things. You got 0.63 to make it happen. So I'm telling you, man, if it's not growing you, get out of it. If it's not fulfilling your purpose, leave it. If it's not helping you, if it's not serving you, then get out of it. Now, I'm not saying be selfish. I'm saying don't let things harm you. I think that's it for me for right now. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Stay safe. God bless you guys. I love you guys very much. Man, let's go get it. Tried to kill me today. It did not succeed. I'm still alive. Damn, man, last week took a lot more out of me than I thought it did. Time to hit the shower.